There we go. Starting to wonder if you were going to give me trouble there, YouTube. Let me check the connection on the other side, too. What up, B3? What up, what up, what up? We are live. B3. What up? We are live. I think. Can you guys hear me? See me? Everything looks all right. I think we're good. Lighting is a little needs a little adjusting, but we'll get there. What up? What up? What up? Peg Leg Johnson, aka Jacob DeLong. What up, kid? Welcome in, sir. I don't know why, but my computer looks very dull, like the brightness on it. I think it may be time to spring for a new computer after 4 years. That's going to be the next way the next way I spoil us, B3. We got the new webcam, we got the new microphone, all new lighting over the years. I think we're gonna switch offices in the house to the bigger room, move to the workshop, so we can have a much bigger break table, much more room for storage, and then also new computer. Working with a bulging disc, dang man, that sucks. That is no fun. No fun at all. Bulging disc sounds awful. All right, well, let's get started with a list of ownership. Take it easy on that back. Is it like lower back or like upper back neck? I hear lower back is awful, but I feel like upper back, like nerves with the shoulders and neck, would be worse. All right, so we got break 412 lower. Dang. Yeah, I've heard that's painful, man. I've had like sciatic issues where like the lower back tightens up, and that is at times unbearable. So I couldn't imagine like a disc being herniated or slipped or moved. Ugh. Yeah, dude, could not imagine that. That's got to be freaky. All right, break 412. Let's get through a list of ownership. We got Adam Light on the Cardinals. Adam's buddy Joe Barone on the Falcons. Then we've got Baltimore, Joe Lurch, Wayne Maury on the Bills, Tyler Haynes on the Panthers, Benny Lamp on the Bears. We got Travis Clavin on the Bengals, Nicky Black on the Brownies. We got Robert Avisha on the Cowgirls, Mike Haralambis on Denver. Little last spot mojo. Weird for Denver to make it to last. Johnny Green in on the Lions. Surefire breaks, Mr. Johnny Green. We've got Scotty Struble on the Packers. What up, Scotty? What up, what up, what up? Joe Lurch on Houston. Matty V, Mr. Vanover on Indy. We got Joe Lurch on the Jags. B3 on the Chiefs. Jacob DeLong on the Raiders. Mike Haralambis on the Chargers. We got Jamie O'Hara on the Rams. Joe Lurch on the Finns. Mike Haralambis on the Vikings. It'll be Adam Light on the Patriots. Joe Lurch on the Saints. B3 and the boys on the G-Men. Jacob DeLong on the Jets. We got Joe Lurch on the Eagles. Christine Webb on the Steelers. Stanton Griggs gonna be on the Niners. Jacob DeLong on the Seahawks. We got Jamie O'Hara on the Bucks. Dusty Luke in on the Titans. Welcome back, sir. And then Goody rounding it out on the Washington Commanders / football team / Redskins, depending on the year and the player pictured. I feel like our lighting is just not there. Seems a little dark. Does it look dark to you guys? It seems dark to me. I don't know why. Maybe it's just the way the lights are set up. All right, what are we breaking tonight? Well, first things first, we got a couple of appetizers on the Optic hangers. Looking for your ultra rare downtown duos, uptowns, and more. Not bright, but not dark. I might have to throw the spotlights on once we get the product out of the background. It could just be that it's black and white, so it's making it kind of dark. Just the select design this year could be. We'll see. Optic Contenders is the first auto. Is the first hobby. 2 autos, guaranteed. You're looking for the stunning parallels, cracked ice, and gold. Yeah, it's got to be the background. And then also the ultra rare crown jewels and VIP inserts. So 2 autos, you're looking at 6 cards total, 1 pack per box. Beautiful cards coming out of these. You always get the different pulsar variations. Really nice cards. Second hobby going to be Contenders. 5 autos guaranteed. Usually 1 is on card. Sometimes we get hot cases with these, and we end up getting like boxes with 6 and 7 autos. Last year we got a case like that, so you just never know. Looking for the hobby exclusive gala tickets. And like I said, 5 autos. Usually 1 is on card. You got 2 megas for Contenders. Looking for your ultra rare Permit to Dominate and Superstar die cuts. 1 auto, 2 mems per box. That's 2 autos, 4 mems there. Usually you get a couple teal foil parallels that are numbered to 49-ish. And then you got select. So select blasters. You got a half a case. That's 10 total. 6 packs per box, 4 cards per pack, 24 cards total. You're looking for your blaster exclusive green and yellow Prism Shock die cuts, the ultra rare Prism Zebra and Prism Shock die cuts. Autographs and mems are possible. You're also looking for the tie-dye numbered to 25 and the snake skin numbered to 2. Lots of golds numbered to 10 too. So we got 10 of those. That was 1, 2, 3, and 4. 5, 6. 7, 8. 9 and 10. We'll leave that one right there. All right, let's see if we can get this lighting just a little better. I think it was the background. Yeah, me too. It looks a little brighter now, so that's better than it was for sure. I think it's just because the boxes are black and white on select this year. It's like a contrasting color, but last year it was like a gold and black. Didn't make it appear so dark. Anyway, let's rock B3. Welcome back to the B3 break table. We have been on quite a run with some pretty crazy hits, and looking forward to that continuing. Feeling much better today than I have been the last couple of weeks. I did go and get blood work done today, so I don't know. Usually people say it takes a day or 2 to get back. I'm hoping I get it back really quicker rather than slower, just to give myself a little peace of mind. But been a long time since I've done any kind of blood work or like regular testing, so a little nervous, but I am turning 40 this year. I think it's about time that I start, regularly checking up on myself, blood work wise, physical wise, all that stuff. So no better time than the present, right? All right, here we go, B3. Blaster numero 1. I don't know why it feels like. Let me turn the overhead light on and see if that makes any difference. Still feels a little, it might just be my computer screen is set to a darker tint, so I can't really see it. Might just be the screen. I wonder if there's a way I can play with the settings and just brighten it up a little bit. I'm not going to mess with it now. On second thought, not going to mess with it now. All right, we got Jake Ferguson leading it off. Cooper Rush. You got a turbocharged Tyreek Hill going out to Miami. That is Joe Lurch. A beautiful green and yellow Pat Fryermuth. I believe that's the premier level. Premier level. The Muth is loose. Nice hit there for Christine and Benny. You got Levante David, Jared Goff, DK Metcalf coming out on the numbers. That's going to go to Jacob DeLong. You got AJ Barner on a premier level base rookie for the Seahawks. Also Jacob DeLong. Sauce Gardner, Chase Brown, Curtis Samuel is your concourse die cut silver. Bills, Baltimore, or Buffalo, Wayne Maury, nice hit. Isaiah Likely, Kareem Hunt, Xavier Worthy coming out for B3 on a rook. You got Justin Tucker, Jared Goff, concourse, green and yellow for the Lions. Detroit, Rock City, Johnny Green, very nice. Rasul Douglas, ooh, we got something coming up. DeMarcus Lawrence, Ricky, don't lose that number. Ricky Pearsall, San Fran, Stanton Griggs on the select certified. Drew Bledsoe coming out for the Cowgirls. Drew Bledsoe, concourse purple shock, Robert Avisha. I didn't even know that Drew Bledsoe played for the Cowgirls. I thought he was a Patriot. You know, he was the guy that got injured, and then Brady kind of took over. That is nasty. Nice hit, Robert Avisha. Drew Bledsoe, 25 out of 360. First box mojo for the Cowgirls. All right, we got Amari Cooper, Jahan Dotson, little shock green and yellow, Darnell Savage. That's going to be the Jags, Jacksonville, Joe Lurch. And then Xavier Worthy on a premier base. So double Worthy's coming out. We'll take that. Still moving a little slower than I've been moving. So bear with me, B3. Like I said, getting back to normal after getting over scarlet fever, but man, still a little slow with like how quickly my brain communicates to my hands. Like when I'm trying to write something. Oh, the other day I was trying to write a check for the football program because we bought new shoulder pads. Bro, I messed the check up like 3 times. I had to drive to the treasurer's house and get a new check. That's how bad it was. Wild. All right. Number 1 in the books. Let me get a swig of seltzer here. Does seem a tad darker. Yeah, it does. I don't know why. You know what I think it is, Scotty, is I think everything is like almost 5 years old now. 4.5. The computer, the lighting, like the LEDs over the top of the table. I don't know if LEDs eventually like get darker. I think it's probably the things on the computer. But yeah, definitely going to have to figure out what I'm going to do about that over the next couple of weeks. We've been doing a massive spring cleaning at the house. Really, Cassidy has been doing a massive spring cleaning. I've been sick. But it's like gutting rooms, getting rid of stuff we've held on to for years for no reason, like really just kind of cutting down and like, downsizing just to make more room. And I think we decided we're going to move my office over to the workshop, which is about 2.5 times the size of the office that I'm in now. So it would definitely, give us a lot more room, open things up a bit, not so crowded, give me room to do like mail day more efficiently, build some, put up like some big shelving units in there. Ceiling's a little higher. Room is 2.5 times as long. It's like the old garage. So I think we're going to be making some changes that should ultimately get us into a better position, give us more room, more time, set up a grading table. My buddy Adam, well, you guys know now, Adam Light, he lives local, so like maybe we get together and like review a bunch of cards, kind of look them over, see what to send in, toy him with some ideas, but making some pretty big changes over the next year or two, I think, just to kind of get things more streamlined. All right, let's go. We got DeMarvian Overshawn leading it off. Andrew Van Ginkel, Levante David de Tampa. That's going to be Jamie O'Hara on the concourse green and yellow shock. Then you got David Njoku. My homies will always get a sleeve. Rico Dowdle. You got a futures Anthony Richardson going out to Matty V. And then Phillip Rivers. What is that? Oh, man, we got something coming up. And it's not a patch. I think it's a gold. Mike Sanistril going out to Washington. That's going to be goody-goody. It is Calvin Austin on an auto going out to the Steelers, Christine and Benny. Bang. If that's gold, it's going to be nuts. I don't think it is. I think it's red. It's not going to be numbered to 10. Number to 75, 65 out of 75. Red Calvin Austin Select Auto Year 2. Select signatures, red to 75. Man, what a start. 2 pretty nice little bonus hits right off the bat. You got a club level JD5 hanging out right behind there for goody goody. Very nice. Spencer Rattler also hanging out for Joe Lurch on a premier level. Then you got Stephon Diggs, Sexy Dexy, a die cut of DeMarcus Ware, club level die cut. One of the more rare going out to Robert Avisha. That's a nice looking card. You got Ricky Pearsall on the premier level base going out to Stanton Griggs. Michael Penix on the concourse going out to Joe Barone. There we go, Joey. Brock Purdy on the base. You got Jonathan Brooks, select certified for Carolina, Tyler Haynes. Then you've got Keon Coleman on a club level green and yellow shock. Beautiful card. Nice hit there on the rookie club level going out to Wayne Mowry. Beautiful card. Jalen Carter, Curtis Samuel, Cooper Rush, green and yellow die cut on the concourse. Green and yellow shock on the concourse. That's going to be Robert Avisha with the Cowgirls. And then Malik Neighbors showing up early on the premier level. Notice on some of these premier levels, you see a little whiting at the bottom. Definitely a rough cut on some of these. You can see like the white cardboard, like they just cut it slightly uneven. That was a great box. Great start. All right, so we got Penix on the board. You like see the whiting down there? No good. It's like that whole box was cut and it like a 1/16 of an inch off. And JD5. All right, let's go. All right, bench is good. Good. All right, let's do another one. Why not? Let's do one more. Then we'll switch up a little bit. That really not even cut? How's that possible? $50. How difficult was it started to get breaking like this? Well, for me, Jacob, it was a little weird because when I started, I had a very good mentor who kind of gave me a leg up and pretty much like really gifted me the opportunity to touch a large platform once. Like, here's your chance, advertise for free, don't screw it up. Like I'll teach you everything you need to know if you're willing to learn. And I was very fortunate. Also, I had gotten furloughed from my job during COVID and was sent home for the entire summer to do nothing but like hang out with my kids and get paid for it. So then I was like, all right, I got to find something to keep me busy. And that's when I started breaking. So my income was already guaranteed even if I had failed. So like I was just put in a very unique opportunity where I have this like gift horse ready to like take a chance. And if it worked, it worked. If it didn't, it didn't. But at the end of the day, like there wasn't a super big risk for me. And I think that's why I was able, to do what we've been able to do over the period of time we've done it. I also have a very, very loyal, good, honest group of people that support on a regular basis. And that is also like, without that, it's not possible, all right, here we go. Theo Johnson leading it off for the boys on a little concourse rookie. We got Amon-Ra St. Brown on the turbocharge for Detroit, Johnny Green. Tyler Lockett on the green and yellow shock premier level. Going out to Seattle and Jacob DeLong. Nice one there for the vet. Spencer Rattler coming back one more time on a premier level base. That's going to be Joe Lurch. Whoops. You got Earl Campbell. These were rookies, right? Yeah, both rookies. Okay. Earl Campbell, Brett Favre, Caleb Williams going out to Benny Lamp on a numbers base rookie. That's going to be Chicago. You've got Brian Thomas Jr. on the green and yellow concourse shock. Beautiful card for Jacksonville. Joe Lurch. Nice hit on the rookie. Tyler Guyton on a base concourse going out to Robert Avisha. You got Sam Darnold, Tyrone Tracy Jr. This kid is going to be a stud this year. Going out to the G-Men on the concourse silver. Die cut. Beautiful rookie hit for the G-Men and the boys on the Tyrone Tracy Jr. Beautiful. We got Phillip Rivers. Tip Raymond on the base going out to the Cardinals, Adam Light. You got Kyer Elam, Eric Dickerson, David Njoku, Fashanu for the Jets. That's going to be Jacob DeLong on the concourse base. J.J. McCarthy concourse base coming out. That is Minnesota. Mike Haralambis. Little Brock Bowers coming out on the select certified for Jacob DeLong on the Raiders. Nice one there. Freddie Warner going out to Stanton Griggs. Green and yellow shock premier. Nice vet card. Hollywood Brown. Dak Prescott. You got Keon Coleman coming back out for Wayne Maury on the futures rookie. And then A.J. Barner going out to Seattle and Jacob DeLong on the premier level base. Not a bad box. Definitely not as good as the first two, but for me, getting the Tyrone Tracy, I'll take it. I'm happy. I think we switch it up a little bit. Shift over to some Optic. Find out what our two purple scopes are going to be. Rookies, maybe, hopefully. We got Keon. We got Brock. And J.J. McCarthy, nice one there. There we go. And Theo Johnson. So weird, man. My mind is moving faster than my hands will move. That's a weird feeling. Like when you're used to just moving a little quicker, you're used to having like some pep, and your hands, your brain is like, move left, grab that sleeve, and like your hand's still a foot and a half away from it. It's just it's a weird feeling. All right. Let's get our bench set up here. Okay, we got Malik Neighbors can also go up there. I think we're good. Need to get a new brake mat too. This one has definitely served its purpose, but it's fading a little bit, like you can tell it's been used for 4 years. Welcome to your 40s. Come on, I just want to clear the notification out. Be what's making it weird. Literally will not let me move the mouse. So odd. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, let's do this. Let's clear that. Clear the. Now bring this back up. That's a little brighter. All right, that might work. Maybe it was just that the notification was there. Yeah, it's definitely better. Sweet. All right, let's go to Optic. Do our couple of Optic hangers. They started taping up the bottom of these, probably to stop people from trying to pop them open and steal the cards out. There's an empty box. And there's an empty box. Boom. All right. All right, B3, here we go. Good luck on the Optic hangers. We got Quay Walker leading it off. Then you got J.C. Horn, T-Law, Jerome Ford, Zay Jones, PS2, James Cook, Zach Charbonnet. We got George Kittle, T.J. Watt, Justin Fields, Saquon, Jeremy Rucker, Isaiah Simmons, Cam Jordan, Cooper, Dejinski. On the hollow, nasty one for Philly. Who's that? Joe Lurch. Bang. Big time Cooper DeJean. Drake May also coming out for the Pats. Adam Light on the 2014 Retro Series. Nice one there for the Patriots. Javon Baker also for the Patriots. That's going to be Adam Light as well. Then you got a purple scope Braden Fisk for the Rams. Jamie O'Hara. Nice hit. Terrion Arnold going out to Detroit, Rock City. That is Johnny Green on the base. You got the Slim Reaper, Brees Hall, Sexy Dexy, Motor Singletary, Olave, Juju, Hawkinson, Dakota, Bijan, Amon Ra, Dawson Knox, Okuda, Joey B, Joe Burr, Isaiah Pacheco, CeeDee Lamb, Buddha on the hollow going out to Arizona and Adam Light. Then you got Josh Jacobs on the My House. That's going to be Green Bay. Scotty Struble. You got DJ Moore on the captain in charge. That is the Bears and Benny Lamp. Byron Murphy on a purple scope for the Seahawks. Beautiful hit there for Seattle. Jacob DeLong. And then Malik Neighbors on the base coming out for the G-Men. Best ones there, I would have to say, are those purple scopes, man. Beautiful cards. Gotta love the Cooper DeJean hollow, too. That thing is like 70-30 centering, so not great. Maybe 65-45, but definitely clean. No bumps, print lines. Super clean face of the card. Beautiful card. Nice hit, Joe Lurch. When you're on Philly, you're after Hurts, Barkley, DeJean. Those are the three you're chasing. Heck yeah. Nice hit. Dejinski. set. There. See those. All right. Bench is set there. Let's go back to select. A couple more of those. I think all the quarterbacks came out except for Bo Nix. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, we're just missing Bo. Bo's waiting to get hot till later. He said, I'm saving myself for the hobby box. Or at least something bigger. There we go. All right, we got a patch, so that's good. We got at least a little hit coming out of this one. Famous Jameis leading it off. Caleb Williams on the concourse. That is Benny Lamp. Nice hit. Rome Odunze Select Certified. Also Benny Lamp. You got Joe Alt on the premier level base for Mike Haralambis. Slim Reaper. Blake Corum going out to the Rams. Jamie O'Hara on a concourse. You got Brock Purdy on the numbers going out to Stanton. Jameis Winston to the Brownies. That is Nikki Black on the green and yellow shock concourse. Joe Montana, Drake May coming out on a concourse. That's going to be the Patriots. Adam Light. Taysom Hill on a club. CD on a premier. You got concourse Urlacher. Michael Penix Jr. on the premier level silver die cut. Beautiful card. Joey Barone. Bang. Nasty. Heck yeah. You're on your way, Joe. On your way to break paid for. Stack a few of them puppies next to each other. You're going to be chilling. Heck yeah. Bang. Penix on the board, baby. We got Gabe Davis going out to the Jags on the green and yellow shock. That's going to be Joe Lurch on a club. You got Kyle Pitts on a premier. Travis Kelce on a concourse. Quinyon Mitchell on a concourse for Philly. Joe Lurch. You got turbocharged Patty Mahomes. Nice one there for B3. Lamar on a premier. MPJ on a concourse. We got Rodgers holding back our hit. It is Brock Bowers. Draft selections, round 1, pick 13, Jacob DeLong. Bang. Very nice. And then Blake Corum on the concourse, green and yellow shock. Jamie O'Hara with the Rams. Very good box there. I knew it was going to be good when I saw the patch, but I didn't know we'd get the die-cut Penix and the Brock Bowers. That's nasty. Great box. Nice hit, boys. Nice hit. There goes the phone. Phone down. Okay, good. Good. Caleb's starting to build together a little stack back there. Nothing crazy yet, but he's stacking them. He's got 3 or 4 on there. Going for volume there, Benny. Is that Benny? That's Jacob. No, Benny. Benny on the Bears. Going for volume. What's up there, Moose? What you need, man?
What are you opening?
Football cards.
The pack. Like what type of brand? Yeah.
All those. All of them.
These. Oh. Yeah.
All of them. All right. Rams starting to put together a little stack. There we go. All right. Good there. Do one more select. Then maybe we'll jump to a Contenders Mega. Try to get some more ink out here, you know? Empty box. Security tag. Ooh, we got another patch. There we go. All right, this should be another good one. Heck yeah. Let's get it. Tua. Fred Taylor. Ricky Pearsall. Select certified. Going out to San Fran. Stanton Griggs. Jameson Williams. Club level. Purple shock. JMO. Nice hit. Johnny Green. Heck yeah. Going out to Detroit Rock City. Surefire breaks. Johnny Green, 217 out of 360 on the JMO Purple Shock club level. Beautiful card. Knew it was going to be a good one. We got Kamana Vidal going out to the Chargers. Mike Haralambis. Jordan Davis. Calvin Austin on the green and yellow premier level shock going out to the Steelers. That is going to be Benny Lamp and Christine Webb. You got Drake May on a premier level base going out to the Patriots. Adam Light. We got Malik Neighbors on a concourse. Nice one for the G-Men and the boys. Nico Collins coming out on a concourse. Maserati Marv. That is going to be a futures rookie for Adam Light. Then you got Will Richard, green and yellow concourse shock going out to Mike Haralambis on the rookie. We got Darnell Mooney, AJ Brown, turbocharged Amon Ross, St. Brown. That one going back out to Johnny Green on the Lions. You got Joe Namath, Howie Long, die cut Bo Nix. Premier level die cut. There we go. Mike Haralambis. That was the one we were waiting for. Bo coming out just like Michael Penix right at the right time. Beautiful card to pick up for Bo. Die cuts for the both of them. Hell yeah. Let's go, boys. Let's go. All right. CJ Mosley, club level, green and yellow. Nice little color match there for Jacob DeLong on the shock. You got Joe Burrow on the Premier, Chris Jones on the concourse, Jaden Daniels after I throw CJ Stroud out of there. Jaden Daniels, rookie swatches, beautiful card. That one not numbered, rookie swatches, beauty. Nice color match. Jake Matthews on the club as the other base. Nice hit for JD5. All the quarterbacks eating tonight, boys. All of them. They're eating tonight. Heck yeah. What a friggin' lineup of podiums back there. I can't even keep it straight no more. Holy cow. What a little case of select we got rocking right now, gentlemen. This thing is fired up. Why are you beeping at me again? I just cleared all those notifications. Clear. Okay, good. Not the Viking we wanted there, Mike. Will Richard is not the one we're after when we're getting color out of select. We want McCarthy or bust. Let's go. I will take another Malik Neighbors, though. Won't complain about Leak. That's my boy right there. All right. All right, bench is good. Get a sweet seltzer here. Yeah, I mean, if you got the time to do it, that's key. And you got to have fun with it. Like, at the end of the day, if you're not having fun, then I've learned it's more stressful than it's worth if you're not having fun. The key is that I just have a lot of fun doing it. Very fortunate to be able to do it, and I really, really enjoy doing it. So those things combined make it fun and worth it. All right. Why can't I open this? What? Yeah. Man, that thing is stuck in there. Empty box. Let's rip this sucker down. There's a patch down there, so we'll put that at the bottom. All right, we are going to let this marinate for just a moment because I'm going to go swap a warm seltzer for a cold one. So we're going to let this marinate for just a moment while I do that, and then we'll get right back to it. I also need to pee because I've been drinking a ton of water. And yeah, we all know my bladder is the size of a peanut, so I'll be right back, B3. We're right now just about halfway through. Like, once we're done with this box that's marinating on the table, that'll put us halfway through because we did both the hangers. We have 5 more select blasters, or half a case, 1 mega, both hobbies, but we did the hangers. So, like, we're right there in the middle. We're about halfway through. Just going to quickly, like I said, go swap this seltzer for a cold one, throw it in the freezer so it gets cold, and then use the bathroom real quick, and I'll be right back. So give me like 4 minutes. Oh. All right, B3, we're back. We made it. Moving slow, but I'm getting there. I like it better with the light off. I think it was just the hallway light was on and the door was open. I don't know. Something's wrong with the lighting. I'm going to figure it out in due time. All right, B3, let's get it going. Marinating. Let's see what we got. Ramondre Stevenson, King Henry, my homies, always gets a sleeve. You got DK Calf, Amon Ra, Darius Slayton, Keenan Allen, Trey McBride on what looks to be a red foil parallel, and bang, Denver. The Broncos getting the Blake Watson rookie ticket auto. That's a beauty. Last spot mojo for sure. There you go, Mikey. Another little bonus hit. I mean, the Bo Nix was the one we want, but we'll take that as a little extra motivation. Heck yeah, nice hit. There you go, Mikey Haralambis, Blake Watson. Seems to be a receiver, running back-ish. Like a scat back. Who knows? Could end up being somebody someday. You never know. Round 2 numbers. You got Luke. No, that's not Luke McCaffrey. That's Ben Sinnott and Jonathan Brooks. So that'll be a dice drop between Goody on Washington and Tyler Haynes on Carolina. Rookie Stallions, Malik Neighbors going out to B3. We got Garrett Wilson, Trey Hendrickson, Kyron Williams taking a dive. Try to get my piles in better position here. Here we go. Trey McBride, D-Hop, CJ Stroud. You got AJ Brown, Aiden Hutchinson, Breece Hall, DJ Moore, Puka Nacua, Bobby Wags, Anthony Richardson, Pat Freiermuth, little gold foil or bronze foil Gardner Minshew. That's going to be the Raiders, and Jacob DeLong. Then you've got the draft class. That'll be a dice drop between the Raiders, Jacob DeLong on Marcus Allen, and then Andre Tippett for the Patriots and Adam Light. We got a draft class. Blake Corum, round 3, pick 9. Jonathan Taylor, Micah Parsons, Kendrick Bourne. You got Josh Allen, Mad